Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to another episode of Two Girls, One Doc.
One Doc.
It's your girl, BD.
It's your girl, Four Ends.
And we are back.
We back.
Are you drinking today?
H2O, baby.
Same. Do you know, I'm doing dry Jan, and it was a tough week, and I was like, oh, I need me some wine. And I was like, okay, sis, like, you can do this. So I went to Tesco and I got like sparkling red grape juice.
How's that?
It was really nice. It just tastes like Schlur, but sweeter.
Why didn't you just get like a alcohol like free
alcohol free?
No Secco.
Oh, well, actually, because one, I couldn't find any.
Okay.
And two, I couldn't find any. And also,
yeah.
I quite like red grape juice. That's how it reminds me of my childhood when I used to pretend to like drinking wine. Yeah, and I put it in like a little wine glass and everything, and then.
Does anybody else, like, when they were a kid, do the whiskey thing? Like, I used to have apple juice.
Oh, with apple juice.
Whiskey. Yeah. On the rocks.
On the rocks. I used to have it straight, no chaser, boy.
No chaser, just that apple juice.
So literally been alcoholics since childhood. And it's so funny because there was never really alcohol in my house. Like, my parents weren't really drinkers like that.
Oh, mine, obviously you know mine are.
Yeah,
so
they weren't really drinkers like that.
I said that like they're alcoholics. They're not, but my parents drink.
No, they're like
distinguished drinkers. Yeah, there's always alcohol in my house. But yeah, I don't know. But I must have, I think I saw my dad doing it and I was just like, yeah, maybe it was movies. I don't know where I was getting
it probably was just the influence of everything.
Yeah, everything together.
And you act as if your whole world was falling apart.
And I used to swirl it as well.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what a raggedy life.
So useless.
Okay, guys, so...
Okay, we're here finally. How many minutes later? 7 minutes later,
and
Lord.
Remember when I told you to listen to podcasts that you don't like and you say they ramble on too much in the beginning?
Do you know what's so funny?
Look
at you and look at you. This is so funny because the other day I was about to tweet, 3 minutes in and these guys still haven't started talking about the crime. And then I deleted it because I was like, wait,
that's us.
This is literally us.
Literally. What podcast was that?
I don't know, it was a dead one, fam. The thing is, it wasn't live enough for me to suffer
listen
through
the
ramble. I came here for the crime and like I'm not really feeling anything else. So give me the crime.
But the particular podcast I'm talking about, they do go... Do you know it's like 30 minutes they talk in the beginning?
Is this your Mums and Murders?
No.
My favourite murder.
My favourite murder. Don't slander Mums and Murders. I like what those ladies do. My favourite murder, like... Yeah.
I don't mind Mums and Murders,
Yeah. But my favourite murder, they go on for 30 minutes before you get to the crime. I don't know who told them that this... Anyway,
Someone
the model
did. They're very successful.
They're extremely successful. So, yeah, actually, let me shut up. Guys.
Right, 8 minutes later.
Okay. So we are doing I Shot My Parents today, and this is on BBC. I think it's all in the title, really. So
the end.
Yeah. This documentary was kind of dry to me, and I didn't like that it wasn't. I didn't like that it wasn't case specific. It was very much like it's almost like where are they now? Like this is like 90 Day Fiance. Where are they now? Like that's what
I agree. I feel like it was really slow paced and kind of dry.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I think it was just like the vibe of the thing was just I think it was supposed to be quite somber and quite sad and quite whatever, but it was just kind of like, okay, it didn't need to be as long as it was if we were going to go with that. Do you know what I mean? And I get what you mean. Like, we didn't hear enough about the case itself, like as a crime. It was more about the aftermath, which I get, because obviously mad awkward what happens now. But then also there wasn't really, and also no one was really angry enough for me. I was like,
they
what
didn't
kind
have
of faux love is this?
They did not have enough, je ne sais quoi.
There was no Jen, bruv.
Fam, she was seriously missing. It was dry. But I mean, we'll get into it. So the documentary opens up with a landscape view and it looks kind of like Alaska, like just cold, snowy, like, you know. And I do like those view thingies that they do. It's nice, yeah. So they're basically telling us that, you know, murder it's not normal for people to murder. Like, very few humans actually do murder. And that's just the norm. So the on-screen text tells us that 5 parents are killed by their kids in the US per week. Were you not shocked by this?
That is wild.
I can't remember what the word is. It's not infanticide, is it?
It's patricide. It's not patricide. Patricide is killing your dad, and I think matricide is killing your mum.
Patricide, parent side.
I don't know what the combination is. I think it's specific to
Yeah.
parent.
But yeah, like, I found that wild. 5 per week.
That's crazy.
I didn't even know if... No, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. So, on-screen text now tells us that in 2013, 14-year-old Nathan Brooks shot both his parents in the head whilst they slept. And can I just say, what really irritates me about this guy is how they spell his name. So,
Same.
it's Nathan,
Same.
but it's spelled Nathon, Nathan. And this is the thing. Americans are
He was on it that night, boy.
Fam, they're so irritating because it's like, why can't you just spell it Nathan? Why do you have to do this stupid thing that makes no sense to anyone? Who spells it Nathan?
Doesn't make any sense.
And this is the
But then you
genesis of the
pronounce it
problem.
Nathan.
This is probably why he shot you lots, because he's pissed off with his name. End of story.
Do you know what? It was the reason he shot them is still as trivial as that.
Yeah. Good. So we hear Nathan explaining how he stood at the end of the bed and shot them. So we learned that we are in Moses Lake. I said Moose.
Yeah,
Moses Lake. Yeah.
Which is weird. Like, Americans love to say what state and everything's in, but they just said Moses Lake and that was that. And I was like, I'm supposed to know where this place is.
I'm just gonna say it's Alaska because it looks like Alaska. There was no time where it wasn't snowing where they live, so it looks like Alaska to me. And we hear the 911 call from the Brooks.
911, what's the address of the emergency?
520 South Battery Road. Somebody broke it. We've all been shot. 520 South Battery Road.
What is your name?
John Brooks.
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
I don't know. I woke up and they all been shot.
Who's been shot, sir?
My wife and I. Yes, I got blood all over everywhere. I've been shot in the head.
And, you know, we now get the talking head, which is John Brooks himself, saying that he woke up after being shot and he was very, like, disoriented. And I always wonder, what it's like to either die or, like, be gravely injured in your sleep. Because you must wake up so discombobulated, like what the hell is
up? Like, where
literally,
are
and
you?
if you die in your sleep, it must be like, wow, I fell asleep and now I'm in heaven or hell. Like, it's weird. It must be crazy.
You think that you're dreaming?
I would like the transition period of being awake. Like, I'd like to be awake then die. I'd hope that as I pass, because I'd like to know that I
depends
died.
on how I died. No, but you will know that you died. Eventually, you'll figure it
No,
out.
but this is how you have wandering spirits, because they're confused. They're like, did I die? I was listening to this podcast and it tells like
that's true.
a lot of these old stories, and it was telling us about this like old tales basically, and it was telling us about the little matchstick girl, and like she died, she froze to death, but she didn't realize she died. She saw her grandma that she loved who hugged her, and then like she died, but she didn't realize that she died. She just thought that she'd gone like somewhere with her grandma.
But how do we know that she didn't realize that she died? Because if she's dead.
Because she said in the story herself that she just wandered off with her grandma.
But she was dead, right? Or did she come back to life?
She died. But
So,
we know
okay.
she died, but I don't know if she knew or knows.
Okay, but how do we know what she knows if she's dead?
Okay, I don't know. I'm just telling you what the story said. I want to die when I'm awake. Okay, so I know that I died. Let me know. Let me look death in the eye and let's see each other.
Yeah, we see each other.
Oh, God. Anywho.
Points were made.
So, yeah, he says that he sees a figure, and then I don't really understand this bit, but from what he says, he calls out to his kids. So he sees the figure who he assumes shot him. He calls out to his kids. They come into the room and they're hiding behind him. And obviously the wife is lying on the bed, basically kind of like in and out of
Low-key
consciousness. Dead. Yeah, low-key dead. Because they've both been shot in the flipping
Multiple
head.
times.
Multiple times.
He emptied the clip. I don't know.
Literally.
This terminology is not natural to me. He emptied all
The
the bullets
clip.
were gone.
Yeah.
Were shot.
Fam, they're gone. Like, so,
I think what it is they got shot. He clocks that there's a figure over them, obviously, that shot them, and he's thinking intruder alert. So the kids come, I guess. It's weird to me that they also have another
past
child.
the intruder, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly, the so-called intruder, of which there was none. Spoiler alert. And then he's kind of like got the two kids that are, kind of trying to protect them
Yeah.
from the intruder, which is
So-
an intruder.
It's just weird. We see body cam footage and like the security cameras as well. And we see loads of pictures, and there was a lot of blood. I don't even know how these people survived.
It doesn't
Like,
make
this
any
is literally
sense.
such a crazy situation because
It doesn't make any sense.
who gets shot in the head and survives? It's crazy.
in the head multiple times? and
multiple times. So we now meet the mum who looks fine, and actually
Yeah,
so does the
exactly.
dad. This is the
fine as
craziest
well.
thing about they look fine. Apparently her
would not
eyeball
think-
like had popped out and had like was dangling, and this woman looks fine. She doesn't look like she's
Yeah.
ever even been anything.
She shouldn't even look like she fell down the stairs one time.
Literally. So the mum says the shots actually damaged her eye, so she can't really see properly, her hearing and her memory. And both parents have been diagnosed with what seems like severe PTSD, which
Which makes so much sense.
understand, fam.
How can you just imagine, yeah? And this is why nighttime is scary. Because imagine you're just sleeping, minding your business. And I feel like when you're asleep, you're so vulnerable. Because
Yeah.
you have no idea what's going on around you. It's like, you know, when you see like videos of like people sleeping and like an intruder kind of like around them, or like, you know, things happening while they're sleeping. It's just so weird how you can just be alive, conked out, have no idea what's going on, no way to defend yourself. And if you wake up, you're a bit discombobulated for a bit.
Yeah.
Before you can even try and defend yourself.
Yeah.
So imagine just being asleep and then you get shot. Like, how will you ever sleep again?
Literally.
Like, PTSD makes so much sense.
So much sense. And sleep is such a natural thing. Like, it's not like, oh, you went to like a strip club and got shot and you
Exactly.
can just avoid
Yeah.
strip clubs.
Like, exactly.
You,
You
going
have
to
to
not
sleep.
Yeah. It's crazy. For me personally, I thank God every day I'm a light sleeper. Like, I wake up at the drop of a hat. So it's fine. But for like my fiance,
know, man.
that man could sleep through God blowing the trumpets. He would sleep through
Who?
that. My fiance.
Oh, mad.
Fam. So people like that, I'm like, oh, boy. But still, even if you are a light sleeper, you will still be a bit discombobulated waking up and
Yeah, and you won't wake up all the time, every single time you hear
Yeah,
something, no matter how light of a
yeah.
sleeper you are.
yeah.
Once you're
it's true.
asleep, if you're
You're
asleep,
yeah.
you're asleep.
Yeah. So now these people are showing us their gun collection, and we see the gun that these people. Okay, guys, I know they're the
guns will
victims.
actually be the death of you.
They gave me very racist vibes. I don't know why. I mean, they're white people with guns that hunt.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's that.
They
on
probably
that.
were at the Capitol the other day. To be fair,
No, they were probably visiting him in prison instead.
I mean, possibly, but yeah.
But no, I get what you mean. It was just very like, do you know what? I understand the right. Well, I don't understand, but I understand
No, I
the
don't.
idea of the right to bear arms. Like, I get that's
Yeah.
a thing for you guys. But it's like,
But this is why, like, this constitution is out of date. People, like, normal civilians should not be having a gun collection. And if
a collection. I understand having
Literally.
a cheeky pistol to just, you know, provide for to protect yourself or defend yourself or
But a
whatever.
collection-
Why do you need a collection of
It
guns?
doesn't make sense. And this is why people are shooting each other for free. So we see some home videos. And again, this is back to that whole thing of, like, I mean, obviously this is a documentary, but it's the same thing. It just reminds me of the news where, like, a guy kills his whole family and then they show this picture of him smiling.
trying to
with
make him endearing.
Yeah. It's the
I'm not
same
endeared,
thing.
sir. I'm
Fam.
not.
But I guess this is a bit different because it's actually Nathan's family. So if they want to paint him that way, that's on them. I still think he's...
Yeah, it's true. I think it's
Crazy.
stupid, but yeah.
Yeah. So we see the home pictures and videos and we meet the grandma. And this woman's talking about hunting because there's a moose head or a deer head. I can't remember what. And she's saying
Yeah.
hunting is not killing. And I'm
She
like,
said,
sis,
I remember that, her saying hunting is not killing. And I was,
and I was like, sis, what is the difference?
so then
when
what
you
is it
hunt
then?
this person, this animal, you kill them. And do you know
Well,
what?
do
I
you
never-
not? If you don't kill them, then it's not killing, but you do kill
Literally,
them. So it's
when
killing.
before, I never really understood how deep it was that people hunted animals. But when I sit back and think about it, it's an extremely barbaric, like, thing to do, like
Definitely.
to hunt for sport. Like, you're not even hunting because you're hungry or
Yeah.
you need food. You're literally
Yeah.
hunting for the pleasure of it. You're killing an animal
For bants.
for bants. It doesn't, for me, it's very
It's wild.
problematic. Yeah.
And it's the thing, it's not to say that just because you hunt animals, you deserve to be killed by your son. But I reckon if you didn't hunt animals and guns weren't all willy-nilly, you wouldn't have been shot by your son.
Yeah, literally.
Maybe you would have actually. Maybe that's just Nathan's destiny. Maybe he was always destined to shoot his parents. But yeah, it was just a lot, and it was
It was
just
a lot.
It's like embedded in the culture of their family. Like hunting is just a thing that you
'Cause
do.
he was
she was saying that the
literally-
mum killed her first moose at 12 years old. or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. And it's such
And
a
it's
big
like,
thing.
does
And
she
like
not have schoolwork?
fam, and you have to mount it and then you have to cut off the head and it's really it's horrible, to be honest. I didn't like that, but she's essentially saying she doesn't know how we got here in terms of Nathan shooting his parents, and I was like, really?
No idea.
No clues, not one single clue. So after the shooting, Nathan is taken to police station to have a witness statement recorded. So his story is he heard shots and screams, he hid in the library, then actually saw the gun guy, shoot his parents, and then that was it. The guy ran out and he never saw him again.
I don't know. I don't know. For some reason, I was waiting for him to say, "Oh, it was a black guy." I don't know why.
Oh my god!
I was waiting for him.
Like, this guy was gonna say he was black.
I was waiting for him to be like, "Yeah, it was a black guy," and I would have thrown my screen, honestly. But he didn't. He didn't. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's our own PTSD.
Literally, stupidly, this boy did not realize that his dad, for some reason, and we have this as well. We have security cameras outside of our house and inside. I mean, ain't nothing to see. You probably will see my naked ass a few times if you run there. I keep going downstairs naked, forgetting. But yeah, so this bit killed me. And guys, I will try and get like, I don't know, a screen recorded thing of this
It's
and
so
post
funny.
it on our Instagram. I hope we don't get banned or something for this, but we see, so he doesn't realize that his dad has moved his security cameras inside, so the cameras are then like facing what looks like the kitchen.
Yeah. You get like a wide shot. You can see the
Yeah.
kitchen. You can also see like the beginning of like a hallway. And
Hallway,
you can see
yeah.
the beginning of the stairs as well.
Yeah.
It's like a wide shot. Yeah.
So then we see this figure, okay, this white
In
long
pants.
figure in pants, okay, not the pants, okay,
Not the pants.
running just through the house, and it's like
No, but not just running. It's like creeping. Like
literally like
imagine Mr. Burns. That kind of vibe.
literally, and it's like this on its own is creepy enough. Like what is you doing?
When we had the gun in your hand, then it's
Fam.
like evidence. But
With
even
a-
without the gun, it's fucking weird.
So the
But
interrogation.
you know what makes me laugh at this bit, yeah, is that I think that the dad thinks that he's a weird kid, or the dad had some suspicion, because why did you like? It's not as if you always had security cameras
Yeah.
inside the house. You moved it to face the inside
something
of the house,
about something
and
is dodgy,
didn't
yeah.
tell him about it, so he wasn't aware that the security cameras were like, you're talking about your situation, yeah, you're aware that security cameras are in the house, you're not
Yeah.
being monitored, it's for the safety of the home.
Yeah.
It's almost as if like the dad wanted to monitor him
Yeah.
for whatever reason. I'm not saying he thought he was going to get shot, but there was something that made him think, right, let's not tell this guy that we're monitoring
Doing
him.
this, I didn't even think about that, but you're right. Yeah. So the
weird, yeah.
interrogator asked Nathan to be honest about what happened, because he's like,
lie?
he's probably
How
thinking
can you
like,
lie like that?
this nigga.
It's so funny. It's like, you know, when a
Fam.
child like does something and they're like, I didn't do it, and you're like, my brother, it's just me and you
Bruh,
here.
It was you. It's
Who-
literally.
who
So
else
who
was
did it? Who did it? So Nathan finally explains that he kind of blanked out when he did it. He just took the gun from the safe and wanted to kill his parents. And it's like, okay, finally they have the truth. So we're back with the mum who
But then he says that he blanked out, yeah. But it's like you very much did not blank out, because you made the decision and you executed it. Because he says a bit where he's like, there was like a little flicker of a moment in my head that was like, oh, you don't have to do this. Like, you don't have to kill them. But then it went. And then you shot each of them like 3 times.
Three
Like,
times,
that's
yeah.
very much, I did this.
I did this. It's not something you just, yeah, I know. But he probably just said that to get off. I don't know what he thought was
Weird
going to
guy,
happen.
man.
So we're back with the mum who's showing us her box that she has for Nathan, and it's all his memories, his prison report cards,
It just
visiting
starts getting so
pictures,
boring.
and it's
I'm
just
just
like,
like,
oh,
okay, this is your op. This man tried to kill you. If you had died, who would have been sending him prison boxes? Who would have
Fam.
sent it?
if it was me and this was my kid, that's it. Sorry to that man.
That's what I was going to
That
ask
sound
you, because I know
crazy.
that you have this crazy love for kids, for the kids that you are yet to have, right? And then I was thinking, because in my head I was like, anyone who tries to shoot me is an op, whether I birthed that person or not. Yeah. But I'm not a mother. Do you know what I mean? I don't have a child, so maybe there's this magical thing that happens after you have a child where they can shoot you and it's fine. But I just feel like if you're trying to shoot me, you're an op.
Yeah. I mean, I sit here and I say this. If I'm being completely honest, I probably would have the same reaction she does.
That's what I was thinking, you know. But I think that I don't think I'd be like making you boxes and going through all this effort to do things for you now that I'm
I
deaf
would.
in one ear and I no longer have depth perception because you fucked up my vision.
Kids
I
do
feel
some
like I
crazy
would just
shit.
kind of be like, maybe I just put money on your books because you're my child still.
Would you-
but I'm not
would you
trying to come
visit?
see you. No? Why? You're there.
I would.
Why? I don't know. I don't think that would.
Kids do crazy shit. You're still gonna love them.
Crazy shit is getting fucked up and getting drunk and then coming home and being like, oh, mum, I'm sick or whatever. Not so. This is my thing, right? He tried to shoot you. He shot you in the head. He didn't shoot you in the shin.
I
He shot you in the
know,
head
yeah.
3 times. So in his mind, you were going to die. Had you died, who would have been there to visit him or to send him thingies? You wouldn't be there. So okay, let me be dead then, since you didn't.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
I don't know,
weird. It's a
wild.
tough one, and I think I'm
Am I
not a
bugging?
parent.
I just think it's wild.
Yeah, I'm not a parent, so I can't say. But I think just
Exactly,
based off of how
exactly.
I know I am when I love someone, and this isn't even someone I birthed, I think I would be how she is. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
So we meet Caden, who was such an unnecessary addition to this.
Is this the best friend?
Yeah, and I feel like he's in love with Nathan. I think they had a little bang going on.
Do you
I don't
think?
know
I
why.
don't know.
But he's the best friend, and he just says he misses him and wishes he's here. And they're like, everyone is acting like this boy is a martyr who died in the line of duty. Like,
Yeah.
literally, they're like, we miss him, and I just wish he was here. And it's like, fam, he's in
The
prison
thing
for
is, I
shooting his
get that
parent.
I get that you miss him, but you miss exactly. And so when I was watching this bit, I was thinking about it, and I was like, okay, so for example, if you shot and missed, well, you didn't miss, you actually connected. If you shot your parents, right, and were going to jail, like, yeah, it'd be Pete, because who would I do the podcast with? But also, I would be really annoyed because it's like, rah, you tried to kill my uncle and my
Literally.
auntie. Is everything okay?
Fam,
But I would also be very, very angry, like, rah, I can't believe it. So you literally
you did
tried to-
this, yeah.
Yeah, and if that's your best friend, there's no way you're not cool enough with his parents.
With the parents, yeah.
So are we just forgetting that you tried
That's
to
what
take
I'm
these
saying.
people
They're
from me
trying
also?
to they're trying to make him into, what's that, canonize him. Like, is that the word where you make
I
someone
have no
say?
idea.
Yeah, guys.
But I
let
think
me
it's
know
the
if
thing
I
where
think it
because
is.
this has happened so long ago, maybe not
They've
so
moved
long ago,
past
but it's
it.
not fresh. Yeah, so maybe they've moved, and they would have to move past it because how bitter are you going to be for the rest of your life?
the rest of your
Do you know
life,
what I mean?
yeah.
And also, like, it seems as though he has another sibling. I think he has a sister.
Yeah.
I don't know why I assume sister. Yeah.
Yeah,
a
he said sister, yeah.
Yeah, so they're gonna have to continue as a family unit. Do you know what I mean? They can't be bitter forever. But me,
I wonder why he
would be
didn't shoot
bitter
his
for a long
sister.
time. Yeah, well, because
They usually kill the whole family if they're going to do these things. These
but then he would have killed
killers.
himself. He's not a family annihilator.
He's not.
though.
He's not.
That would have been.
He's not.
Yeah, he's not.
He doesn't have it in him. So he's not about that life.
You
He
fake
tells
ass.
us. He tells us that Nathan was popular in school and everybody knew and loved him, and he used to get like all the girls. That man running in pants does not seem like the kind of guy that would get girls.
he's
but-
killed the girl. I was like, look, it's overkill now.
Especially not with that
It's
kind of
actually
pants. Guys that get girls that wear those kind of pants.
What, Y fronts? Come
Literally.
on.
So the parents are kind of saying this bit pisses me off because they're basically kind of saying that they don't believe Nathan did it like till this day, and I guess it's probably like a coping mechanism for them to say that like
No, I think they believe that he did it. I think they just didn't believe for a long time that he did it.
because so basically they say they saw someone who is bigger and puffier, and Beth says that like she saw someone in a puffer jacket. I don't know, maybe he just wore
I
the
think-
jacket over the pant.
Yeah, maybe. And he took it off and ran
Yeah.
behind his dad. I think that what they're saying is that at the time that it happened, they saw a figure in a
Yeah.
black puffer jacket. So it's hard for them to reconcile that was actually their
was
son.
his son,
But
yeah.
I think at this point they know that their son shot them. I don't
Shot
think
them,
they're
yeah.
in any denial about that.
So Beth has come to terms with it later, had to come to terms with it later than everyone, because I think she was in hospital probably in like some sort of
Oh,
coma.
this is the mum, right?
Yeah, and then she woke up and then heard that it was her son.
The son. Mhm.
Yeah, and John basically says that he struggles with emotions, so he hasn't even processed this, and he's not sure when he will, but he's just going through the motions. So
Right.
now Nathan finally describes how he did it. So he says he stood at the end of the bed with his gun at his mother, shot both of his parents, and he says he doesn't know why he did it, which is the scariest thing. Like, he cannot conclusively say, like, this was the reason that I did it. So what was the reason? We do not know.
If you don't know why you did it, how do you know that you're not going to do it again?
This is it. This is it. And which is why they need to keep him locked up till he can give us a reason as to why he did it.
Exactly.
Literally. So we're now with was this the DA or the prosecutor?
No, same thing, innit?
Was it?
No, it's
Okay.
not. They're opposites, aren't they?
Yeah. Okay, we're now
Are
with
they?
the guy that is against...
And I think they're the same vibe.
We're now with the guy that's
Oh,
against
Angus.
Nathan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that his name with the black hair?
Angus Lee.
Okay. So...
Yeah, I remember thinking, because I thought it was Angus Burger.
Oh, okay. So he now says the issue at hand is whether to process him as a child or an adult. As a
Prosecute.
child... Huh?
Prosecute him.
Oh, yeah, yeah. As a child, he would be released under supervision from all supervision at 21. And is this guy someone who should be released, basically? So on-screen text space. So they go back and forth with this, but on-screen text basically tells us that the court decided the nation should sit trial as an adult and he would be facing up to 50 years. And he was then
Which makes
released.
a lot of sense.
Yeah, a lot of sense. And he was released on bail to the custody of his grandparents.
Yeah, because his charges at the moment are 2 counts of attempted murder in the first degree, which is why it's like 50 years minimum, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so if he was tried as a child, then like, okay, cool, he's released, he can do whatever. But if he's as an adult, which he is, then it's like, right, you tried to kill 2 people. It wasn't by accident, it wasn't manslaughter,
Yeah.
first degree. So it makes sense, the whole 50 years thing, doesn't it?
Yeah. So John says,
My wife and I were stuck in a very odd position. The prosecutor's office wouldn't talk to us because we were the parents of the accused. The defense attorneys wouldn't really talk to us because we're the victims. So we didn't really know what was going on with the case.
and this is something that you kind of forget when you listen to this, but
Yeah, it's true.
as parents,
It's a really
they would
good
want to
point.
support him and help him through this, and they actually can't because of their position being the victims. Yeah, so
I
it's
reckon
weird.
that if, like, say it was something less deadly that had happened, they wouldn't have pressed charges.
Yeah.
But in this kind of situation, like, it's not up to you now.
But
like,
I
the
always
DA
wonder,
will
is
press
it
charges.
out of your... That's what I was going to say. It's probably out of your own hands.
Yeah, I think when it comes to certain things, out of your control, like the DA will
Yeah.
press charges if they want
Not
to.
like,
yeah.
if he had beat them up, then it would have been a
Yeah,
different
exactly.
story, yeah.
Cheeky GBH, they would have been like, yeah, now it's calm.
So on screen's text tells us that Nathan avoided
Might as
trial
well be. Nathan.
by pleading guilty to a lesser charge of assault with a deadly weapon. So in 2000, so I guess they cut him a
Like,
deal.
assault with a deadly weapon, I hit you with a gun.
Literally, I pistol whipped you.
I literally.
So you're telling me
shot you
this guy
3 thrice in your head.
got the same thing as somebody. If I slap someone with a pistol, I'm going to this prison for the same amount of time as this guy that
Get the fuck.
wanted to blow his parents to smithereens. Get the
To
fuck out.
Smiths. On
Fam.
purpose.
On accident. So he was sentenced. So in 2015, he was sentenced to 15 and a half years in prison. And like when you're 14, you're coming out
Be
at
out by
29.
29, innit? Yeah.
You have your whole life ahead of you.
Your whole life.
Literally, life
Do you know how
doesn't
many more
even
people
really
you can
start. Fam.
From when you're 29.
Life doesn't even really start till you're like in your late 20s anyways, and you have money. So this
Yeah.
guy's coming out at the prime time.
The prime of life.
Fam. He can still go on to have kids and stuff. Like, what
Yeah.
the hell?
And this is the thing, it's crazy because it's just kind of like, you don't know why you did it.
Literally.
There's a bit where they're talking about his parents were really hard on him and doing chores and
yeah, I'm
stuff.
coming to that. Yeah.
Okay, right, gone.
So the prosecutor tells us
This case is not a whodunit. It's a why done it. Why did he do it?
that this case is not a who done it, it's a why done it.
That's
Why
all
did
that
you
was
done
so...
it? And I was like, oh,
I was
you really you really think you did something there, didn't you?
I was like, not only did you think it, you actually said it out loud,
Said it
because
literally.
this doesn't have the
Not
ring
only
you
did
think
he
it does.
This guy thought about this 2 weeks before, wrote
Yeah.
it down. He's like, I must slip
He
this
highlighted
in
it as well.
because
He said,
it's
I
a
must
safe I
say.
found. Huh. So his defense attorney says they still don't know why he did it, and the prosecutor's basically saying this is why it's most troubling because
Yeah.
we don't know why he did it, and saying that this person should be released when you don't know his triggers. It's very scary.
Yeah.
So we see Nathan in prison and he's like moving about freely, doing some work on a car, watching TV. And it's just like, this guy's living it like the vida loca.
La
like
vida
he's
loca.
living, literally. So his therapist says she hasn't seen anything in his behavior that could lead to anyone believing he is psychotic. He is so close to his family and has a strong bond with them, and there's just nothing that explains why he did this. And I guess the bond is shown like when his grandparents take him in after he's released on bail. And like there's this scene where they're having a conversation about the grandma, and she's kind of like saying that she had to really ask herself if she was afraid of him when he was released, kind of thing. And if she was, then she wouldn't have brought him back. And I was just kind of like, okay. And we see him sleeping in the bedroom they made for him. We see him opening Christmas presents. And I'm just like, white people sure do know how to like reward shitty behavior.
I was like, this is... So... Because I was thinking about it like, okay, cool. Like, you're my grandma. I've tried to kill your child. What? Is it... Like, how can you be... That's my op. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's
I'm
crazy.
sorry. What is the meaning of all of this? Like, I'm not... And this is the thing. I get it's not black and white. Do you know what I mean? It's a difficult thing to consider. But, like, you tried to kill me. So, had he killed your child, yeah? Like,
you would have been
I think
childless.
everyone is saying all these things and stuff and forgiving him and stuff because they didn't die. But they very well could have died.
Yeah.
And even his sister, you tried to kill my 2 parents. It's not like those two did it together. Like, you know, sometimes kids will team up and they'll kill their parents. Like,
yeah,
okay, cool,
yeah,
the two of you,
tag
clearly you're
team,
both tired, whatever. But you actually tried to steal my parents from me.
Literally.
I wouldn't have had that. Like, I don't think we're deep in it because they're alive and because there's no significant, you know, disabilities, it seems. Obviously, visible disabilities. It's kind of like...
you can easily dismiss it.
Easy to say that, you know, well, you know, all that time. I think the mum makes a comment later on about, I'm just really happy I didn't die because he would have had to live with that.
And I'm like...
What?
I think you can love your kid a bit too much, and this is what I'm seeing here, because...
Fam, no accountability whatsoever.
Literally, it's almost like he's the victim.
And you tried to kill me.
Fam.
I don't know how else to say it. Like...
It's ridiculous. So Nathan's initial
ridiculous.
diagnosis was oppositional defiance disorder. I don't know what the hell that means.
I don't know either.
It just seems like he doesn't like being told what to do.
Right, okay.
That's what I'm getting from
That's what it sounds, yeah.
Yeah.
The
Then there's
description.
ADHD and possible bipolar. But as things went on and they were like observing him, they just found out he was severely depressed and he was diagnosed with major depressive disorder and is currently kind of like they said in remission. And obviously I said just found out he was severely, it doesn't mean that this lesser or whatever, but I think it kind of eradicates all the other stuff that he was diagnosed with because he was on a lot of medication as well.
Right.
So Beth says she looks back daily wondering if she was too tough on him and she doesn't think she was because she loved him, he was loved dearly and he knew he was. And I mean, yeah, I hear that. I mean, there's a lot of conversation around, as BD said earlier, if they were strict on him. And all of this kind of came to head because he was grounded.
I think the day before when he tried to kill them, right? He was grounded and told that he couldn't play a tournament that was the next day or something.
Yep. And then Nathan said that something in his head clicked. And
yeah, exactly.
Caden jumps in and says basically he believes that Nathan had a really strict childhood and probably believed killing them would allow him to do the things he wanted to do. And like I've seen this in cases before where kids have killed their parents because they think their parents are too hard on them. But usually these are kids that are on like a huge amount of drugs and their parents aren't letting them do the most ridiculous things that they want to do. So there's already an imbalance there. But being grounded and told you can't play in a game is not then the catalyst to kill your parents. Do you know what I mean?
Come on. And then also trying to act as though you just blacked out and didn't. No, there was a motive. This is why you killed them.
Literally.
And then also the friend was also chatting shit, saying, oh, he's so popular, everyone loves him, all the girls love him. But then on trial, they tried to act like, oh, you know, he's such an introvert and he's really quiet and stuff like that.
So what is the truth?
Like, what's the truth? What is the truth? What's the truth? And I understand you can be an introvert that's like sociable and stuff, but they're trying to make it out that these are two different people.
Yeah.
And it's like, I understand like that's somebody that you love. Like I'm sure if you tried to kill your parents, I wouldn't automatically be like, oh, I hate this girl so much. Like I still feel the same way that I feel about you.
Yeah.
But what was missing in this documentary for me, from everybody, was any sense of accountability, like to say, look, that was really fucked up. I cannot.
Yeah, I can't believe. Literally, from nobody seemed in his life. It's almost like they enabled his behavior.
Like him, but you know, he was going through this. That he was grounded.
No, people don't shoot.
Then all of us would have killed our parents by now. Then
that's what I was gonna say.
There'll be no grandparent left.
Literally,
I would have been killed
my parents.
I would have been, as in, I'm probably at age 4. I would have
literally
been killed them. So
shut
what are you talking about?
So we see them meet him at prison finally because they've been packing and preparing for this journey. That's part of what the documentary has been following them in the background, getting ready to make their journey to see him. And they're just a normal, like if you take away the prison's like setting, they just seem like a normal family having a normal conversation. They ask him something about his teeth because he had some teeth removed, and they ask him if he's brushing his teeth, and he says no, and it's disgusting. Like you can tell though from his teeth, I could tell he doesn't brush his teeth.
So what else do you have to do in there?
Literally, his breath must be stinking. Like it's disgusting. It basically ends now with the parents saying that it could be so much worse. Some parents have lost their kids or their lives, and they're happy that they didn't die, so Nathan doesn't have to. And it's not even like
no. Finish the sentence. So Nathan doesn't have to carry that guilt.
He doesn't have to carry that guilt. So it's not like you're happy you didn't die for your own life. It's just so that this. What kind of love do you have?
And so this is my thing. I feel, and again, not a parent, right? So this could all change. This is on record forever. So maybe this will all change when I have if and when I have a kid. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I feel like you, as a human being, yeah, you cannot just lose yourself or your
Because
love
you
for
love,
yourself
yeah.
or your need to be just because you've had a child.
Yeah.
Like, you don't then take all the love and self-respect that you had and pour it onto the child. It doesn't make any sense. What are you
Yeah.
left with? You're still an entire human being. And how can you be any kind of good to someone else if you're nothing to yourself? It doesn't make
Yep,
any sense.
yep,
And it
yep.
just seems like this woman has just poured her insides out to Nathan, who tried
Inside
to blow
out.
her brains out.
Literally. She's
And just
turned herself
keeps giving.
inside out, upside down, round and round for this man.
And again, not a parent. Do you know what I mean? But I would really love to hear from any parents out there. I'm gonna ask my
Yeah.
mom. I'm gonna ask her and be like, if I tried to shoot you, what would you say?
If I said to my mum, I mean, I've asked her for like, oh, if I slapped you, what would you do? And she's like, my hand's not free. So I'm sure.
Even if I raise my voice even one octave. Mom say, "Oh, so you want to kill me?"
Exactly. Literally, you children will not kill me in this house.
She'll be like, beat me then. Go on, beat me. Let alone I
So
bring
you
a
know
gun
that
and
you
shoot
beat-
you while
you
you
beat your
sleep.
mum. No, Ibn mums are dramatic.
So
but yeah,
dramatic.
on-screen text tells us that Nathan will be released in 2028 at 29 years old. So he's coming out soon, actually. 6 years?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Wow,
7
my
years.
maths is off.
7.
Yeah, I said 6. I don't know why I said 6.
It's because
7.
you're in 2022 already.
But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the documentary. I wouldn't say watch it. I think we've summarized it. Like,
I think so. I thought it was going to be a lot more salacious than it was, especially because it's American as well. I thought it was going to be quite salacious, but no, it wasn't really.
it really wasn't. I
They
think
didn't, if I had just seen one person angry, I think I would have been fine.
yeah, but no,
But everyone was too
it was
calm for
too
me.
kumbaya. I don't know if they were all on
Yeah.
weed before they did that documentary.
Maybe.
It was a bit too kumbaya. Or
Let me
maybe
find
they
out where
just
this Moses Lake is.
maybe they just wanted to paint like the picture of the perfect family, but obviously not perfect because your son shot you.
It was in Washington State.
Oh really?
That does not seem rural enough for me.
No, it seems very Alaskan.
Yeah, we'll just stick with Alaska.
Yeah, let's just stick with
Okay,
Alaska.
that's
So it's
fine.
Moses
Works for me.
Lake, Alaska. We made it up, but yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
guys, I think we summarized it nicely. It's not one of the ones I would say go and seek out. I mean, if you're
Yeah.
super bored and have nothing to do, then fine. I mean, I picked up my phone a few times whilst this
Same. Oh, I
documentary
did,
was
especially
going-
towards the second half.
Yeah, so that just goes to show you. Whereas when we were doing the one on incels, I
was
not pick up
engaged
my
the
phone.
whole time.
I was,
and it's
yeah,
the second time I watched it.
yeah,
I would actually
turned
suggest
on.
watching that incel documentary. That
Yeah,
was really
I
interesting
definitely
to see.
would.
Also, if you
yeah.
are super bored, you should watch on Netflix. They have The Night Stalker,
I've
Hunt for a Serial
seen that
Killer.
you're watching that.
4 episodes. Yeah, I finished it now. Yeah, it was really good. It was really actually good is not the word. It was terrifying. It was actually terrifying.
Really?
It was terrifying, and I was just like, men are trash.
Trash.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
terrifying. But yeah, you should watch it if you're into crime. In that, it's on Netflix. 4 episodes.
Cool. They have to be into crime to be listening to this.
No, that's true. Actually,
Ha ha ha.
the crime here I
yeah.
think is obvious.
Yeah, he shot his
The
friend.
real crime I think was the bit.
No, the real crime I think was his name. That was my
no,
crime.
I'm doing Oscar from The Office. What's wrong with you?
Oh yeah.
I'm so done. Wow. Are you even my friend?
No. Sorry. Oh yeah, I forgot. When
Wow.
Ryan had his beard.
Yeah, when Ryan
When
had
Ryan
the
got
beard.
arrested.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Sorry.
Gosh, wow.
It was a bit of a niche one though. Like it was quite. I don't know, but yeah, no.
I mean, I would expect more from you. I really expect more from you, but
I
it's
did
okay.
let you down. I let Nas
You
down.
did. You let Nas down.
I'll soon do a rap song about it.
Okay.
No shade.
Shut up. Yeah, so the real crime was actually his name, the spelling of his name.
Yeah.
I mean, and also he tried to kill his parents, but the real crime was nobody was angry enough for me. That was
Yeah.
my personal crime. Yeah.
No, mine was just the name, and I think that if we really dig deep enough, that's why he shot them. He was like, "How could you people call me Nathan? Like, what is this?" Guys,
Woo!
what are we doing next?
I think it's called The Grinder Killer.
Grinder
Killer. And you know what, guys, it's actually not going to be a trailer because half of that, when I say half of that documentary, I'm being generous. Over half of that documentary is on-screen text. So there is really no trailer. I literally, if I wanted to read a book, I would have read a book. But that documentary, so there's no trailer this week, guys. Apologies. But essentially, it's about the hunt for a guy who is only killing gay men that we think he's meeting on Grindr.
Grinder. Yeah.
So yeah, it's quite
Stay
interesting. I think
safe
quite
out
interesting
there.
topic.
Streets
yeah,
is
honestly.
crazy. Streets
Yeah,
is
it's wild.
crazy.
But yeah, that's what we're doing next. In the meantime, between time, you can find us on Instagram and Twitter at 2girls1doc. Also on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at BDOnEyewear and also BDOnEyewear.com. And we can find you at
Twitter
Florence.
on...
Twitter. At Twitter. You always do this. On Twitter
and Instagram at 4ends with two underscores.
Cutie vibes. Look, you look really cute right now. Can you put your screen down so I can like see your face properly? There we go.
This is
Lovely.
yeah. And you
Cute.
can also
your skin
find
looks really
me.
good.
Thank you. I've been doing a lot of skincare,
Skin stuff.
and also probably just the healthy eating as well.
Yeah. We can also find you
at the end of the aisle
in a year.
in a year, 2022.
Yeah. No, we'll do a credits episode.
Yeah, we will. But yeah, you can also find me in my man's bank account as well.
No trailer this week, so apologies for that. I don't even think we have much bloopers either, but
Should I sing for them? Should I rap? Lighten up the mood?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm not going to do it. What the hell? People have like 0 subscribers.
She ain't about it. Oh yeah, guys, subscribe while you're here. Not subscribe.
Oh yeah, guys.
Do you know what I mean? Tell people.
Subscribe, share, and comment. You know, like.
It's not YouTube.
No, what's that thing? No, but subscribe to our
rate
on Apple.
if you're on Apple
subscribe.
Music.
Yeah.
This is so higgy.
Okay, let's start away.
So higgy.
Away. Let's start again.
Okay, I'll put a beep.
On Apple, subscribe. Also rate us and leave comments on Apple as well. This helps bring
you can
our
leave a
podcast.
Review.
Yeah, and leave a review. That's what I meant. This helps bring our podcast up and share and just expose us to other people, because the more exposure we get and the more listeners, the more we can give you guys loads of cool content.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Please, do share this.
Please. If you like it, then please, can you tell other people?
Yeah, please can you tell other people?
And insist.
We don't plug ourselves
if you
enough.
send it to them and then they're like, oh yeah, I haven't listened, just remind them. Maybe send every episode. I don't know. Maybe harass. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe
just
shoot up the club.
Shoot up the club.
I ain't mad at you. Do it. We will back you. We will visit
baby.
you in prison. We will. We will make you packages. Please.
We'll make you care cards and boxes and that. But yeah, guys, thanks so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Away.
Okay.
Let's start again. Oh, you were going to put it. I should have done it. Oh, we can afford it. I don't need to do it in my mouth. Guys, I'm so sorry. Okay. But yeah, oh, did you see that tweet where the girl was like, alcohol-free mimosas, and the guy's like, so orange juice?
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, right. Orange juice. Right. Next. I made banana bread today.
Oh God, you're really in that.
I'm locked down.
Letting Patricia Bright down.
No, I know, because you know what it is. I had bananas, right?
Yeah.
And you know when they're a bit like meh, a bit grimy.
Yeah.
You're like, that was a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, oh, do you know what? Let me keep them and let me make banana bread.
Do you put chocolate in them?
No, you know, I don't really fuck with chocolate like that.
Oh yeah. Oh God, banana bread with oh my.
What inside it?
Yes, chocolate chips, and then it melts, and then with a scoop of ice cream or ambrosia custard. Oh my God, I'm getting a tongue-gasm.
How's your whole diet been going?
Yes, going well. For breakfast, I had 3 rice cakes.
Okay, 3. Wow, you really outdid yourself there.
With smashed avocado. Half an avocado goes a long way.
Yeah, I love avocado now, you know.
Scrambled eggs with spinach and 3 chicken sausages.
Oh wow, 3. So, 1 for each rice cracker. Nice.
Yeah, it was very. I mean, the chicken sausages are more chipolatas. They're quite thin, but
those ones.
Yeah. They're exactly what you wouldn't want your man's penis to look like.
Right. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It'll all be worth it when I walk down the aisle and.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and pictures live forever.
Literally, I was watching Married at First Sight, and I was just like, I really just was thinking about my wedding, and yeah, so.
Maybe we should do a credits episode on your wedding plans.
Yeah, when we start actually planning.
Maybe when we get there.
Yeah. Yeah, let us leave the panoramic.
When do you think we're actually going to leave the panoramic, like realistically? I think 6 months.
Yeah, I think that maybe by like summer, things will start to somewhat stabilize. But between then and now, it's gonna be snip snap.
Yeah, in out, shake it all about.
Yeah,
definitely.
So it's pushed back my wedding date as well.
Oh, is it? Till when?
Yeah. So I'm now thinking like towards like mid/end of next year. more like September. It's just realistically.
Please, you're kind of very close to my friend's wedding, which is September or October, depending on. I don't want to have
was
to
this
choose.
year.
Oh yeah, that is this year, isn't it?
Get
Okay,
your shit
cool.
together. Get your shit together. But yeah, it's weird because I was telling him the other day, I was like, this isn't how I imagined being engaged. And
I get what you mean.
like,
So much
there's-
uncertainty.
Yeah, and there's no really excitement. And then you talk about weddings and it's kind of like, ugh, like, because what can you do? You can't plan anything. I really wanted to go into this year planning and I can't. So it's just like, I'm
Plans
engaged.
are a myth.
Yeah, I'm engaged, but I'm doing fuck all. Like, literally.
No, I
so,
get you.
yeah.
So the day will come.
The day will come. I mean, I hold on to that, like, just that day being amazing and being like, okay, you know what?
10, 10, 20.
God, it's gonna be 2022. If it's 2022, oh my gosh, I had this date in my head actually. 2022, then I'm gonna do it in November actually.
Why?
22nd of November.
You're so cheesy.
2022, I'm doing that. Yeah.
You're so cheesy. Everyone wants a palindrome in life.
Yeah. I think I really like that.
It's going to be cold though.
Yeah, but the marquee will be tinted and heated.
Heated. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll
yeah.
come then.
Yeah. Do you remember when Michael tinted his pants into
Is what?
when he went left and he went to do Survivor Man?
Oh
And then
yeah.
he got his and he tinted them. Oh god, that guy.
He's so dumb.
So dumb. Okay guys, we've rambled on a bit. I don't know if we're avoiding doing the doc or what, like
Yeah,
we've
I don't
rambled
know.
on.
I'm so sorry. If you're still here, thank you. And also, can I just say?
Can I
before we
just
start-
say, do you no, before we say that, remember when I used to say, oh, if you're still here, like, and they used to get so annoyed. Like, don't say that to them. Now you've said it twice and I've just been
No,
watching
I've just
you.
said no.
How the
Wait.
turntables have
Yeah,
turned.
No, I was gonna say. Can I just say
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Over the past week, I've had some really nice messages from like two people who've
Okay.
been like saying nice things about like the podcast and that
Oh,
they listen
yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And like it makes me really happy. I'm just really like, wow, oh my god, you actually went out of your way, because sometimes I listen
Yeah.
to something that I like and I'm like, oh, this is really lit, I love it. But then I just, the thought goes and I live my life. But you actually took time out of your day to like message me and be like, hey, I really like the podcast, blah blah blah, and like that really means a lot,
It does. It does.
So thank you for listening to this. Also, that's why I brought it up, because obviously. But we're gonna
We
get
love
on with the
bears.
documentary now.
Yeah.